'Tis the season to spread rumors, so let's do it. And also, welcome back. It's Todd, Father, Braun, and Kratz. If you're listening on the podcast platform,
I think the only team that
leave us
could
a
do
little
that would
rating
be the Mariners
and a
because they
review
have
and say
so
what's up.
much
Also, if you have
pitching.
guest
They
requests
could
for
trade
us, especially
away
this time of
a
year, let us
proven
know
major league
on the reviews.
starter
It's the best way
if
to
they
do
get
it.
a proven bat in
Okay,
return.
let's cue one up from Pat Ragazzo, who can be followed at Ragazzo Report. Dodgers are heavily in on White Sox stars Crochet and Robert Jr. Asking price is hefty, but went into why at least one of them makes sense for the Yankees, as well as a White Sox reliever who is available as well. The White Sox are going to get a lot of attention this week because until you see, the extra dagger put into a team like the Blue Jays, I feel like they might not pick up as many phone calls yet. You know what I'm saying? Like the definite sellers this week can really get to work right now, like the Marlins and the White Sox, the A's and Rockies to an extent. They have less to sell. But then you're going to get that next layer the week after.
You think your Blue Jays have to wait?
For certain names. I don't think they need to wait for the free agents. I think that
I thought Kikuchi. If you ask me, I think Kikuchi is going to be the first big pitcher to go.
Yeah?
I do. They're 9.5 out. They just went through a stretch of playing all teams over 500 during that time, or not all teams. It was like a month where they were playing like 6 teams under 500, and that's why they are where they are. It did not go well during that stretch. They were playing good teams, and 9.5 out of the wild card right now. Last place in the division is just kind of it's just the place where they're sitting. But the 9.5 out, to me, I think he's the first trade chip to fall because everybody keeps saying, "Oh, we got to wait for this 2 weeks." These 2 weeks of games matter. What is it? 10 games until the trade deadline. 10 games, even one game. That's 2 starts right now. If you make the move right now, if you're a contending team, 2 starts of Kikuchi.
Especially for a team that's trading for someone like that, Todd, and the playoffs are now for you. There's a big difference between the Dodgers getting Kikuchi and an NL team. Or even an AL team like, an AL team that's in a wild card race.
So what did we learn from last year about starting pitching? You need a lot of starting pitching, especially injuries, especially during the playoffs. When a game doesn't go right and you got to, bring a reliever in the second or third inning. So the more starting pitching, the better. And I think if I'm a contending team, a guy like Kikuchi, who has shown to be a really good pitcher, yeah, he's gone through his spurts, but this guy is a good, 4 or 5 anywhere out on any other squad. So, I mean, listen, I think Kratz hits it perfectly. This is a monster pickup for somebody. Everybody's like, oh, he's just an average, but this is another starting pitcher who can go the distance for you and throw. So, yeah, I do think this is a solid talk.
Brewers.
It's a good one. Brewers.
It's a 1 year. It's a rental. You're not giving up the farm for them. The trade I always look back on is the Cole Reagans trade last year. People are so afraid of getting rid of Cole Reagans for Aroldis Chapman. The Royals were advantageous. They moved early. They got their guy. He was an older pitcher. Ended up trading an all-star for a rental. That is rare. You get all-stars like Joey Ortiz for Corbin Burns in the offseason. DL Hall is a good pitcher that they also got back from that trade. The Brewers getting Kikuchi, you might give up, I don't know, you might give up a number 7 prospect you might give up number 15 and 18 in the Orioles system. Like you're not getting huge hauls for a guy like Kikuchi, but he will give you his innings.
And lastly, what do you think about the Dodgers? A lot of fans wondering what they'll do, and that's how we kind of kicked off this segment. This is their injury list right now for starters. Glasnow, although we saw him and he's fine. He'll be back soon. Yamamoto, who's on the 60-day, so I don't think he can return until, I want to say, somewhere in mid-August. Kershaw, Buehler, who's still figuring out the mechanics. May is now out for the season. If you missed that, torn esophagus during the All-Star break. Tony Gonsolin. Obviously, Ohtani's a pitcher. He's not pitching this year. So it's just a long list of starting pitchers that are not there right now. And there are definitely some big arms. Also, not to mention Bobby Miller got demoted to work on his stuff. He was great for them last year. So what do you think the Dodgers do? Because to me, yeah, they can always add a reliever, but your clear-cut needs are some innings out of your rotation. And they got to fix the bottom of the lineup.
That before I even get on that, let's talk about when they're all healthy, what type of rotation that team is going to have. Oh my God. Sorry. That's going to be absolutely incredible. Yeah, I think they do need a big starter. I think they need somebody to come back in there and ride that wave until some of those guys get healthy again. So we'll see exactly what I know they're going to do something. Dodgers always do something. So we'll see exactly what they're going to do.
I'm going to say Dodgers get Crochet. I'm going to say they understand the dynamic of innings and what he can and can't do. They understand how to be able to have him ready for the postseason. And to me, I don't think they go after Robert. I don't think they go after Luis Robert. I think they push for, maybe like a Tommy Pham type in the bullpen. I mean, in the outfield, and probably a bullpen piece. But I think Crochet is that guy, because then you have a Yamamoto, Class now, Crochet is your top three, and they need a 3-banger at the top to get this World Series that they built this team for.
Hey everybody, be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.